Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Um, it's good to be here one more time, another live to discuss another topic that I feel is an important topic. It is really discussed, and so I am bringing this to the platform this evening so that we can discuss it and share our viewpoints. No doubt about that. Okay, so thanks for being here. New persons, you've come to the right place. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel and the content. Okay, so let's get into it.
Shelantin, awesomeness. Shelantin, awesome. Shelantin, awesomeness. We're chilling with the Sharp family. We're chilling with the Sharp family.
Yes, friends. So, as you can see, this evening we are talking about it's another relationship topic, and we're really looking at this one. Um, some eyes tonight, and we're just gonna discuss it, get person's feedback on it, and topic is: are modern men competitors or submissive partners to their men? Yes, interesting topic. So, ladies, come with your feedback. Gentlemen, likewise, come with your feedback on it, and let us just run into it and have a discussion. All right? So, yes, friends. So this topic covers a broad and wide landscape. You know, it transcends into the workplace, into your relationships, into your everyday life. Things and times have changed, and with changes in society, these changes sometimes will affect behaviors, and whether or not these behaviors are good or bad is dependent on the persons involved in the situation. Now we're looking at the workplace now, relationships now, how are men and women interacting with each other? Um, yeah, a lot of factors, my friends, a lot of factors, a lot of factors. Are modern women competitors or submissive partners to their men? You look around you right now, you realize that, and as we said on an earlier live, the the playing field is a level nowadays in that, women, they are in the workplace, they are getting their stuff done, they are taking care of homes. Yes, men are present, but it seems like along the way something shifted. What it was that shifted, I am not quite sure, but it filters back sometimes into relationships where men will come together and they will have conversations, and sometimes you get a feeling or the vibe that they don't feel as if they are getting that level of respect that they should be getting as a man in the relationship or even in the workplace. So yeah, something changed, and I think we can have arguments on all points in that. What is it that changed on the men's side, and what is it that changed on the women's side? You know, so this is a conversation that I am hoping that persons will come on and just give their opinions on the matter, and we can dissect it as best as we can. So I'm looking forward to that discussion.
You share a cigarette out on your mama's porch. Just do not let her know, cause she'll get furious. We're blowing rings of smoke out in the freezing cold. Driving in your shitty car, windows down, music loud. Promise me we'll stay like this.
Tallman, welcome. Welcome. Always good to have you, brother. Always good to have you. Yes, everybody. We're in the house again one more day. And yeah, we're talking about life as it is now. We say that we're in modern times, and we just want to look at the interaction, between men and women nowadays. Talman saying, I'm passing by, but I'm busy at the volcano now. Okay, brother, be safe, be safe, be safe. Yeah. So, yes, friends, talk to me. What's happening? What's going on? All right, so some points that Dion left earlier, and her points were Women are more independent than they ever been, and a lot are providers, so they have become masculine in their role, hence competitive. All right. And another point, being a masculine in a household works for some, or so they say. It's just not for me. Yeah, I think naturally, women wants to play their role, and it is unfortunate sometimes when a man is not present or the male figure is absent from the household, and then the women have to step up to the plate and be in that masculine role. So we have to look at this situation and see how best we can dissect it. What is it that has caused the men to be absent from the homes? What is it that is causing relationships to break up far more now than they used to be in the past? You know, what is causing a situation where as a man and a woman disagree, then it's like, yeah, this is it. We're moving on. Versus back then when, they would come together and they would try and find amicable solutions so that the family unit can continue. Is it that, no, we're not so concerned about building a family? Is it that we're more concerned about making it in the corporate world, making it in society? You know, we are more me for me right now. It's all about, being independent and taking care of myself. I don't need nobody around me. I can do this all by myself. So, I want us to just look at this topic and, really look at what's going on in society, what's going on around us, and really see if something is missing or it's just the new norm. It is something that is happening and we do have to accept it. So come on, friends, let us let's have a quick look at what's happening around us and just give our feedback. Um, this topic or this choice of topic is by no means to attack any particular gender, but is to just look at what's going on around us right now and give our feedbacks where necessary. So I'm looking forward to the conversations. All right. So while we wait for persons to come, I will give my opinions on the topic. All right. So in terms of competitive nature, competitive nature, I think we are all competitive creatures, and over time, based on what's going on in our society, all right, let's take for example the academia world right now. All right, so you go to college, and sometimes we as males we slack off. The women sometimes might outperform us in some subject areas, in some fields, and we enter the working world. Sometimes you find that women might be more hold on here. Yes, back to the point. Right. So you enter the working world and you find that, men are just not qualified for some areas, while women are more qualified for some areas. And this is all dependent on how well, you know, they apply themselves academically when they're in school and stuff. So you find that in some areas, women sometimes tend to outperform men because of their academic backgrounds, while men sometimes, I don't know, sometimes we slack up and we didn't perform so well in school. And now out here in the working world, you find that sometimes, women maybe at a certain level as compared to men. All right. And that sometimes can filter back into, the whole dating arena where you find that women are saying that, listen, I'm out here, I'm dating, but I just cannot find any guys that meets my level. All right. And then on the other side, now you find men saying that, women are aggressive, they don't care, they don't want to listen, they're being bossy, so a lot of things have contributed to that. You also have to look at the household, how were us as boys brought up, how were us as or the girls brought up, who was in the household? Was there a mother and a father? Was it just a mother only or a dad only? Because one thing I believe is that you need both parents, a man and a woman, to grow up kids the right and proper way. And some may argue that you will have both parents, and at the same time, the kids did not get the proper upbringing. So there's a lot of factors in life that will affect we who we be when we become adults. You know, the word submissive nowadays may be looked on from a negative perspective. You know, um, why am I being submissive? Why can't I be equal? So it's an interesting topic, and I don't know if I came on too early, but I'm really looking for the persons to come on so we can really look into it. Yeah. So sitting here, playing some music and waiting.
good days. Catching fire. Mama, this all it takes. Resting out in cold face. Breathe on me, I'm catching fire. Come and make a wise son. Go and let the match fade. This all like the good days. Breathe on me, I'm catching fire. Oh, fire, oh, fire, fire. Oh, fire, fire. Fire, fire, oh, fire, fire, oh, fire, fire, oh, fire, 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 fire. Head underwater, falling back into you. I thought we'd be smarter, got nothing left to lose. You said you'd fall with me, no matter how far it goes. Down deep and up the
Hey Betty, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Good to see you, Betty. So, I'm here, Betty. I feel that persons are still in traffic or they haven't reached home as yet. So, tonight I chose a topic that I think is really discussed, but it is something that sometimes, it is in the minds of men or women, Yeah. So in the meantime, Betty, what's your view? What do you think is happening nowadays? Is it that a modern women competitors or submissive partners to their men? All right, so Betty is saying that modern women are go-getters and a little submissive. Okay. Tanisha is saying yes. And again, Betty is saying that, modern women love their independence. All right, so, but the question though, do you think that the way modern women are now, that their independence and stuff, do you think it is having a negative effect on some relationships? Sometimes you're with your virgin them and some of them might say, listen, I don't want to go home this evening, You know, what do you think is stemming from, is causing that? You know, is it that sometimes in the home, you know, women are a bit too bossy? Why should it? I think it should create a balloon, the household. Betty, why shouldn't it? I think it should create a balloon in the household. Oh, balance. Okay, a balance. Um, I think. All right. So men in general, you know, wants to know that their women look up to them. You know, a man doesn't want to know that the lady in his life is trying to, you know, be bossy and taking charge and, you know, trying to tell him what to do. Now, a lady will argue that, well, if the man not playing him role, then I have to step up to the plate and do something. So I think as it's a touchy topic, but you know we have to talk about it. You know, Betty is saying that men wants to be in control of the relationship. That's how it all started out, right? In that, you know, men men take charge, and you know the woman supports, you know, whatsoever is happening and stuff. Now, I think where things have gone wrong is where men have chosen not to play their role, and as a result, you know, women have to step up to the plate. But he's saying that, and some of these men don't know how to hold down the household without a woman, everything crumble. Uh, you're right, Betty, in a point to a point in that yes, some men have chosen not to be men. And you know, women have to choose wisely when they're selecting a partner. You know, can this guy take care of me? Can this guy be a provider? You know, I'm not just looking at him because you know him look attractive and he's appealing to everybody. Can he take care of a household? All right, so I've dropped the link in the comment section if anybody wants to join the live. So, good evening, friends. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're here this evening and we're taking on a topic that is really discussed. So, let us just come in. Let's talk about it. Let's give our opinions on it. The idea is not to bash any gender, but to just give our honest opinion on the matter, you know. Tanisha is saying that some men are too controlling, and the sad part, a lot of women are working their way out of such relationships. And that is also a good point. You know, yes, it happens in relationship where, you know, where guys want to decide everything that a woman does. And, you know, we have to accept the fact that, you know, we are all individuals with a mind, with opinions that we want to bring to the table. So if you're in a relationship and you feel that it's suffocating, your opinions don't matter, then there's going to be some disconnect. So every situation might be different though. So you'll have a situation where, as Tanisha just mentioned, men are too controlling. And you might have another situation where a man will say, women are just too bossy. Betty's point here said that those days are gone when we now look at it as it's okay, but let's put your and mine together. Okay. So yeah, Betty's talking about equal opportunity in that, let's come to the table and let's make this thing work 50-50. Yep. Yeah, things and times have changed, and I guess it's not easy to make a comparison to the past and now because there are two different times. So we have to really look at what's going on. What are causing men to be so controlling in a relationship? And on the other hand, what are causing women to be also controlling, bossy, and those things? What is causing it? Is it that partners are coming together and they're just not compatible? Is it that a man is not playing his role, and therefore a woman has to step up to the plate and try and play that masculine role, and in playing that masculine role, which is not the norm, she becomes somebody that she's not supposed to become, and then the male start finding faults that this is not the woman that him initially took up. So yeah, we're looking at this topic and we're just trying to see, what is going on, what is actually going on, What happened to the music?
You're so wild, I'm not gonna fight it. Hypnotized, stuck inside my mind because you gotta be something undefined for me. You're so wild, I'm not gonna fight. Replay in my mind of you, things you wanna do to me. Replay in my mind of you and your intentions. You're my reputation, I'm not gonna hide it. You're my reputation, I'm not gonna hide. You go free, I love everything with me. You're my reputation, combined. You know I can't deny it, intertwined. Silence gets so close to mine. You gotta be such a mystery for me. Blow my mind, I just can't deny. Replay in my mind of you, things you wanna do to me. Replay in my mind of you.
Even everyone, if you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. The topic this evening is modern women, competitors or submissive to their men. Which is it in these times? I'm seeing Betty is saying that men don't like when women make more money than them too. This point, I think that it is what comes with the more money. So if a woman makes more money than a man, but she is respectful and treats him as a man ought to be treated, then I don't think the money is that big of an issue. I think the fear sometimes is that a man may feel that because a lady is making more money, then she's gonna want to, you know, be bossy in this relationship because she's bringing more to the table. So I think it's all dependent on how each partner looks at it. But yeah, I know for the most part, sometimes the argument is that if a woman is making more money than me, I don't want to be with her, and I think that's because of the preconceived notion that something negative gonna come off that. So yeah, that tends to happen sometimes. Loyal grand family, good night, good night, good night. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, thanks for having you guys. Yes, people. So it's a strong topic tonight, and we hope that in the process, we don't get gender biased. Where we attacking each gender and stuff. But let's talk. Let's talk. What's happening. What is happening nowadays in today's society? Are men being men, and are women being women? Are we playing our roles? Are we playing our roles? Or is it at a point right now where it's all about, competition? We're no longer thinking of genders. We're just thinking that, listen, stuff have to get done, and I don't care who you be, I'm gonna do my stuff. Yeah. So your point, what's going on? What's happening nowadays? You know, what is causing so many relationships to fail? What is causing persons to jump from one relationship to the next one? So you find that nowadays, relationships are not lasting that long anymore. And you have to, wonder what's going on. I know nowadays, with the advent of social media, there are so many choices. You know, Gone are the days when you actually have to go out and meet people. Right now, you don't have to do that. You can stay in your bedroom, in your bed, go on your device, and you have access to millions of people. So in today's society, there's a lot more options. There's a lot more options, and in today's society, we are pushing for gender equality. You know, so a lot of these changes are going to have some effect on how men and women interact. Does it mean that men will have to become stronger men and don't be some little wimp or whatever? You know, yeah, things have changed, and with the changes, it means that we all, especially us men, needs to come to the table with something stronger. Because yes, the women, they are stepping up their game. They are becoming a lot more educated. So a man can feel that yes, he's going to, treat a female in a particular way. No, things are changing. The whole dynamics have changed. So, we look at life and we say, listen, what's going on? Um, it's either or is a piece of this and a piece of that. Yeah, we're living in a competitive market right now where jobs don't go to a set gender anymore. It goes to who is qualified. yeah, it goes to who is qualified. And what a lot of women are doing nowadays is that they're making themselves very qualified in the marketplace. So therefore, we as men need to also make ourselves qualified also. Hence, we won't be able to compete. And hence, when it comes to finding a partner, then right there you're going to also have a problem because you know if you can't financially take care of a relationship, then where you going? You know, I don't believe that any woman goes into a relationship feeling that she is going to be the sole breadwinner. I think when a woman goes into a relationship, she sees a man as a sole breadwinner that yes, he's going to take care of this family. So it's it's sticky, friends. It's really sticky. Um, Venice, welcome, Venice. Welcome, welcome. Always good to see you. Yeah. So the family is in the building. The family is in the building. Yeah, Venice. So I took on a topic tonight that it's deep, and I think that we're gonna barely just scratch the surface tonight, but at least we start the dialogue. The fact that we start the dialogue, we can always expound on it as we go along into other branches of topics on it. But we have to talk about it. We have to. So, friends, if you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, you know, the conversation started off a bit weak, but as you guys come on, then and we'll make it stronger. You know, and feel free to express your views on the topic. We're living in a different time, and you know, people will sometimes say, "Listen, what happened 50 or 100 years ago? Don't expect that to happen now because we're living in a changed times." So back when, let's look at 100 years ago, or even 50 years ago, when people were staying married for 50 years, their entire lifetime. you know would you say it maybe it was not 50 years of pure bliss, you know but perhaps the situation that presented itself back then never gave women that many options, and so as a result they stayed in the relationship. It's not so it's there right now. Right now there's like options like crazy. Sometimes you say probably too much options. So I think with any situation, the more options you're given or the more choices you're given, it puts you in a better situation to act. So when we say, are modern women more competitive versus being a submissive partner to their husbands, you know, yeah, what's happening? And I think another reality is that in today's time, with equal rights and justice and a level playing field, women are finding themselves in eras that they weren't in before, and that has now made the marketplace more equal. You could say competitive to an extent. And what a spin-off of this is that sometimes relationships tends to not be the focus because we're more in a career-driven environment. It's all about finding a job, so you can pay your bills and take care of yourself. I think back then, the man go out, work the money, come home, take care of family. It's a different game right now. It's a different game. So, we're just asking the question, what's your view? What do you think is happening now? You know? Yeah. And remember, friends, the link is there in the chat. If you want to come up on the live and be a part of the live, then by all means, come up and join the live, all right? Tanisha, you asked me what's in my cup. Something very light, and it's kind of empty right now, so come fill it up and come in a place. Yeah, thank you. Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're just coming in from work, welcome. The traffic out here is not easy, but we are happy that you made it home safe and sound. And if you can join, do join, and let's talk about life. And as you can see, the topic here is, what's your view? Are modern women competitors, or are they submissive partners to their men? When you look at it, your general observation, what do you think? Okay. Yes, friends. So, this evening gonna be a short live because, yes, I have working on short. Yeah, I have work to go tonight. But yeah, if you missed the live and you're watching on the replay, in the comment section, just drop your views and opinions on the topic. Tell us what you think. As I said earlier, we're not here to bash any gender, just to have a conversation on, what is happening now. You know, Betty is saying, Venice, come on screen. I long to see you. So, yes, friends. So it's life, and we all have to just do our best in each moment, in each situation, and be respectful, irrespective of what. That's the most important thing, Be respectful. Treat people good. So yes, we're all aware that we're living in a different time, and it's just what it is. So let us just be good to each other and stuff. The nature of life right now is that it puts all of us in a very competitive arena. There's more persons seeking jobs than there are jobs to give to persons who are seeking jobs. And it is both genders that are trying to get these jobs now. So it's not like, back in the day when it's just males alone that were seeking jobs. Both genders are. And both genders are trying their best to take care of their family. The reality of life nowadays is that there's a lot of single households, and there's a lot of females who are by themselves right now trying to take care of kids, because the daddies are not in the picture, for some strange reason. They um they're absent. They're not taking on their responsibilities, and as a result of that, women have to step up and be playing both that male role and that female role. So it's rough out there. It's rough out there. So men need to step up to the plate and play their role so that it can take some pressure off the females. And on the other hand, you know, females who are in power needs to sometimes not bring that home to the relationship, but understand that the man that you're with, wants to be a man and he doesn't want to be treated like a boy. So we all have to find that balance. It's very, very important that we find that balance. Otherwise, we're going to constantly have, you know, single parent household, failed relationships, and it's kind of sad and unfortunate that you know in these times when you have access to so many things that you know that one thing that you call a relationship, that you call a family, that you call a unit, just is not working, just not working out at all because you know people just refuse to compromise and give attention and priority to the family unit. I think we need to stop being so selfish at times and think about you know why we came together in the first place. We're having children now. you know what is going to become of their future if we can't act right, if we can't be good. So you know a lot of things are happening, but while they're happening, we do not want to spend time, on bashing either party, but trying to find that middle ground where we can find some solutions and make this thing work, you know, reduce the number of breakups, reduce the number of divorces, you know. Yeah. So there's a lot to think about. And this topic, Venice,
Hey,
how you
Sheldon.
doing? It's been a
I'm
while,
doing
eh?
well. How are you guys? Sorry
It's been
about
a
that.
while. It's been a while, but good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you all too. Always good.
Yes, yes, yes,
Very
yes,
nice
yes.
topic.
I tell
Very
you,
nice
Venice,
topic. I like it.
I took on a very deep topic tonight. It is something that is
Mm-hmm.
really talked about. But I said, let me bring it to the
Yeah.
forefront and see what dialogues can come of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, so you were just talking, I hear you talking about compromise. You get into a relationship and say for instance y'all are having little difficulties, and instead of trying to work it out for the survival of the relationship, one person want to be the right person. Nobody want, it, both of you want to be the right person, instead of finding that middle ground that you spoke about and come to terms with each other, see who can, kind of give up on that part, and that part that is not as necessary as this part of the issue, who can give up on that and compromise, as you said, and, just for the survival of the relationship. Because what we don't understand sometimes is that, yeah, because we've been in a relationship like what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 20 years, we've been in there so long, and we might struggle a little here and there. We forget all the good, because sometimes the struggle, it can be so strong. We tend to
yeah,
forget in the midst of the struggle, in the midst of the, emotional turmoils, we forget
yeah,
to remember, as you said, to remember what really brought us together. And so we focus on that initial, that instant, that thing that is happening now, the now, not the future, not the past, not what get we to where we are. So we focus on that negativity and we just dive into it full force, and that one thing break the relationship apart. Nobody, and it's sometimes some simple things that, that destroy a relationship. Nobody sit back and say, hey, let me say this. Let me say this.
right,
You,
right,
you
right.
you break up to go start another relationship. No relationship is perfect. You're gonna
Yeah,
have issue in the other relationship too. And if you keep jumping from relationship, jumping to find perfection, by the time you quint, you already gone through so many good men or so many good women, and then one day you just have to settle, and then you settle for
yes,
less.
yes, yes. You're so right. You're so right. If we look back at, and I was saying earlier,
Mm-hmm.
our parents and grandparents, they did not stick it out for 50 years because things were always wonderful and awesome. But they
Mm-mm.
realized that the family unit was very important. It was
Mm-hmm.
critical. And I think nowadays, because I think we're living in a very fast moving environment now where we have so many choices. So
Mm-hmm.
if this is not working out with this partner, I have 10 other persons I can go to and make it work. So I
Mm-hmm.
think we have forgotten, what the true essence of a relationship is,
Mm-hmm.
which is you come together and you bring life into this world. You bring life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bring life into this world, then your focus and your priority most times should be the life that you bring into this world.
Nurturing that life, and living as an example for that life. So we
Yeah,
forgot about we forgot about how to relate. We just jump in the ship, from ship to ship.
from ship, yeah, from ship to ship, and that was not what we were purposed for. you
Mm-hmm.
know and when I was thinking about the topic earlier, I was saying, okay, this can be a very touchy topic, but let's look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not here to bash any gender. Far
No.
from that, far from that. But we want to
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, what is happening now? Why relationships are not working out as they used to? All
Mm-hmm.
right. And one of the points now is that, okay, then, so men are not pulling their weight, hence women have to step in and sometimes play the men role.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes from that you find that, okay, it's survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's survival mode. So therefore, a woman becomes, you know, a lot more assertive, sometimes bossy,
Mm-hmm.
um, sometimes there's some aggression, but you have to look at, what caused all of this.
Yeah. And so you said a woman become bossy, sometimes aggressive, some becomes more assertive. So some of the times women, if they're in a relationship with a good man, when you see them sometimes, becomes aggressive. If it's a good woman and she's in a relationship with a good man and she becomes aggressive every now and then, some of the time it's because something that is going on in that relationship resembles something that had hurt her in the past, or
Yeah,
if it's on the man's side and he is being distanced, because sometimes when men are feeling when something is off, they will get distance, and so it's at times it's because something resembles what had happened, what had hurt him, because women are the only one who gets hurt, women, it's not only women get hurt, men get
yeah,
hurt too, and they hurt and hurt deeply, and then
yeah.
they can become withdrawn, but if they see something that resembles, you know oh, the comments.
Yeah, see,
I
yeah,
forget.
yeah, Betty, yeah, yeah. I think it's been a while that, we have all come together on a forum. We've been busy
Yes.
getting stuff
Mm-hmm.
done. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's always good being here.
Yeah.
Because even for me, I have work shortly. So, in
Oh,
about,
you're
say,
going to work?
I'm going to work, yeah. So, in
Oh,
about 15 minutes' time, I will have to come off and go prepare for work. But
yeah.
I said, yeah, let's still, have a little discussion and stuff before,
Of
So,
course.
yeah, it is what it is. So on the issue of on submissiveness, because I
Mm-hmm.
think sometimes, I think nowadays, submissiveness can be termed in a negative way. In
Mm-hmm.
that, I ain't gonna be no I ain't gonna be submissive to no man. I'm gonna say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
times now. Why talking about submissive?
But submissive in what term? Because, like back in the days when they say a woman is submissive, right? Um, it's like she's totally mute, and it's like she
Okay, okay,
cease
okay.
to exist. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
man, and she has no opinion. She has no input. It's like a militarized relationship. So it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
what the
yeah,
men say, but women are not like that anymore. I mean, it's very rare you find
yeah.
women behaving in
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. And right, and that was not the intent, because yeah, back then your system was different.
Mm-hmm.
Women weren't allowed to do certain things. So I think now the term submissive just means that you respect your husband, your boyfriend, your partner. You
Mm-hmm.
don't talk down to him. When
Mm-hmm.
you're out in public, you allow him
Mm-hmm.
to be a man. You give him
Mm-hmm.
that you give him that authority.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, try and disrespect him in front of others. So that's the finesse of submissive in this era.
I like how you say it. It's the finesse of submissive in this era. And the reason
Yeah,
why I like that, because a lot of times you have a lot of strong-willed women, a
yeah,
lot of strong-willed, very empowered women, and they know their place, they know where they stand, but at the same time, they know they're smart women too, and they know that a man have to be a man, and you have to let the man be the man,
yeah,
So even if you're the strong head one, the strong head person in the relationship, you have to know when. There's a time and there's a place for everything. So you have
yeah,
to know when you got to step back and not try to step in the man light. You have to know when you need to step back. You can't be out there in public. Society, you know, dictates what a man should resembles. And
yes, yes, yes,
everybody knows that. So when you go out there in public, don't try to step in front of your man like he's having a conversation, even if he's wrong in that conversation. It is not your place to attack it at that moment. You can correct him later when you go, even if you feel embarrassed about it, you can correct him later
yeah,
when you go home and be like, honey, that, and be good, be very careful how you make a correction to. You can't just go home and be like, baby, see, I did wrong. You never,
yeah,
what did I
yeah,
do out there? You have to say,
yeah. You gotta finish. Yeah,
yes,
finish the approach.
yes. You have to say, babe,
Yeah,
you said
um,
something, and that's not really how it goes. And I don't want nobody to be looking at you awkward. So let me tell you, this is how it is. This is how it is do a little research, and he will appreciate you for those things, because in the midst of that, you're empowering him too.
yes, yes. When you have a good man, sometimes you have to play a supportive role as
Mm-hmm.
females,
Mm-hmm.
a supportive role because we don't know everything.
Nope.
Right. So, you know, but come to us in a manner that makes us feel like men and
Respectful. Yeah.
respectful. And we're not talking about the men that are being dogs and not playing their roles. 'Cause
We're
we have
talking
some
about
good,
men now.
yeah, we're talking about, good men who are
Yeah.
every day trying their best to do the right. So if
Right.
a woman has that kind of person in her life, she should do her best to give him that support so that he feels empowered.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think one of the challenges nowadays is that men sometimes don't feel empowered by their women anymore. It's the opposite. It's more bashing, 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 what's not going right, what's not going right. And listen, ladies, if you have a man that's been a good man, give him that moral support.
Do you have you ever seen this experiment where um I think they plant like two seeds, and they will go over one of the seed every day, and they will say, oh, you're a beautiful plant, just empowering the plant. You grow, you're flourishing. Look how beautiful you are, just futuristic. They're speaking,
Okay.
for the future. Look how beautiful you are. I see you producing fruits, good fruits, good seed. And then they go over the other one and they bash it. They will speak negative over it. Negative, the tongue is a weapon. It's a dangerous weapon. And
Yeah.
when you speak into people life, you got to be careful how you speak into people life. And this is why I take a very deep interest into distancing myself from people who do not know to appreciate me as much as I appreciate them. You understand?
Yes,
And
yes,
speaking
yes,
into
yes.
me as much as I speak into them. Want, the same for me as much as I want for them. I take an interest in doing that because, yeah, it's because if you're gonna have your husband and every day you're beating him down with negative words, what do you think that is like? All you can dish to him is hate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's all he's gonna feel from you. That's all the energy. How is he gonna gonna be encouraged to love you more and shower you with, the good gift from men, if all you're doing is feeding him with hate? What you plant is what you're going to reap.
Yes, yes, yes. And you're right about that, Venice, because if you keep if a lady keeps doing that, she's gonna push him in a direction where you can find the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, a plant needs sunlight. And if you put it under a shade, it's going to keep going in a direction until it finds sunlight.
Aha. Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's the same way with a relationship. If you're giving the partner negative energy,
Mm-hmm.
your partner is going to go and find positive energy, and eventually they will move from around you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You
It
know,
needs to
so
grow. It needs to grow, and the
yeah,
plant needs
it
the
needs to grow.
sunlight for photosynthesis, to photosynthesize. So if he needs somebody else that can, rub him in the right direction, and
Yes, yes.
it goes for both partner now. But
Both
the
partners,
topic
right?
the topic we're talking about, yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, it needs a woman who can, just feed him with.
yeah.
You hear what they say, behind every successful man is what?
It's a damn good woman.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. And I think what's also unfortunate too, is that we're having households nowadays where they're being run by a single parent. So
Mhm.
sometimes these kids growing up, they don't get the right molding, but they are
Mhm.
the ones that are now going to become wives and husbands.
Mhm.
But the soil that was supposed to be there, the nourishment that was supposed to be there in their teenage years was not
Mhm.
there. So if they don't go out and try and find that knowledge from an elder or from some books or through research, you'll find that they go into a relationship with what they saw growing up. So it is so
Yeah.
many things that needs to be corrected that sometimes you say, "Whoa, it's a lot of work."
And contrary to that too, it can go either way, because sometimes you don't grow up seeing something. Sometimes you grow up seeing the negative aspect of a situation, and because you're so moved by that negative aspect, you grow up nurtured with a negative aspect. You are determined to, you make a decision to say, hey, that is not how I want my life to look. That is not
Yeah,
what I think progress looks like. And because of that, because every situation can impact somebody, different people differently. Because
right.
of that, because that happened, they decide that, hey, I am going to make sure that I do something totally drastically different. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And so they go out and they adopt different principles from progressive relationship. And some of those kids grow up to be very, 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 very good adults. And they know both sides of the story, and so they can teach from both perspectives.
Yes, sometimes we learn from our experiences. Sometimes we learn, sometimes we learn. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like what, 7:43. So in about 10 minutes time, I will have to be out of here. But we're trying to get back the lives up and running again because we've been like missing for a while and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Summer is coming up, and I'm not going to go to school this summer, so I'll be doing more lives. Yeah.
okay, 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 awesome, awesome, awesome. So Sea Wind. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good
Sea
evening.
Wind was on one of our recent lives and was very, very
Oh.
participative. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
big up, big up, big up.
Big up,
So
Seawind.
yeah, so the plan, Vinny, is to take on more topics like these as time progress and see
Mm-hmm.
how we can talk about it because it is something that is happening in our communities, in our lives, and but we're not talking about it. I think it's sometimes a lot easy to talk about the easy stuff, the fun
Yeah.
stuff,
Talk. Mm-hmm.
but somebody has to talk about these things,
Yeah, because somebody's out there. Many people out there then they need to hear this. They need to know that sometimes, you can't always meet negative with negative. Sometimes you have to
Yeah,
use light to fight darkness. And sometimes when your partner is being the weak one, you got to be the strong one and fight back. It's that when you get married or when you get in a relationship, just like when you get married, you say for better or for worse. You can't wait until you are actually married to start living like that. How am I going to marry you if I don't see that you are, somebody that
yeah,
I need to marry? That's your lifelong partner. Oh,
yeah,
I don't see that you're going to stand beside me. A lot of us will jump up and say, "Oh, okay." So we as we mentioned earlier, we have options. We don't have to settle. Everything comes with its own trouble, and not because
yeah,
because things are not working according to how you want it to work right here. It doesn't mean that when you go over there, something it might work. That thing that you're looking at here might work over there, but something else will come up. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? So you have
yeah.
to give
That's
and take in situations, and fight to build a solid ground.
solid ground,
Learn
so
to
true.
love each other and talk. Communication is key. If you
Yes,
create
yes,
that environment, if you create that environment where you both are always able to go in and speak what it is that is on your heart, the truth, be vulnerable and just speak,
yes,
then things will work. And then the other person is actually listening with love and understanding and try to meet you. If it's not even, if you just show the interest that you want to meet that person, they see you, they will see
yeah,
you, and they will appreciate you for doing it. So,
yes.
you just have to try.
Yes, yes, yes. So, for those of you who are watching on the replay, the topic tonight was are modern women competitors or submissive partners to their men? We had some good points, and I think at the end of the day, we have to look at the the society, the situation. We cannot compare now to back then. We have to look at what's going on now, and what we have realized is that there are a lot more choices now than there were back then.
Mhm.
And once you give people choices, come on, they're gonna act differently.
Mhm.
So it was a good conversation. I wish I could stay on longer, but my job calls me. you know. So hopefully over the weekend, Venice, we'll have another live, you
Mhm.
know, and we can go longer
Yes,
because
definitely.
I think what happens, is that when we start lives like 6 o'clock or 6:30, is
Mhm.
when persons are actually going home from work.
Mhm.
So they normally get home by 7:30, 8 o'clock, settling in and stuff. So most
Mhm.
times 6 o'clock is not ideal; it's more later. you know. But before we go, as I see Win with that point here, she's saying that I missed most of the conversation, but based on your topic of discussion, it's 50-50. Sometimes we
Yeah.
have to understand how we do things in our relationship. So again,
Yep.
yeah, things and times have changed. Back then, the man did everything, so he was boss, boss, boss. Now it's
Mhm.
different. Both parties are working. Both parties are bringing things to the table. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. Betty is saying when women are submissive, men sometimes take disadvantage. That's yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Men can take advantage of women too when they're submissive. Basically what people say, they take them for idiot. But sometimes those women are smart. They are
Yeah.
highly smart and they just sit down and plan.
Oh Lord, yeah. Plan,
Submissive
plan.
women today, submissive women are not the same submissive women as before.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're doing them too much, just sit down and you're boring that zinc fence with a lot of holes, and they're taking it in. And one day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see when you're saying allow a man to be a man, and men allow your partner to be in control if you see where you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 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 men. Sometimes we have to swallow with pride and with ego if we realize that a particular situation we can handle it, but our women can.
Yeah.
You know,
Make
yeah,
let the expert be the expert in whatever area it is. If your area is like my husband is a big time planner. You know, he's a planner, is way ahead of time. You know, if you have something to do next year, getting it done this year. You know, he is that type of person. And I appreciate and love him so much for that. Because me, I'm a big procrastinator, but I'm
yeah,
filled with ideas and knowledge, and I am that type of person. I can rewrite a book and make it sounds better, and you know what I'm saying. But
nice, yeah, yeah,
is well organized, is very meticulous, like yeah.
yeah. Good one, very good. And Venice, I'll close off by saying that your last content, myself and Tanisha, we loved it.
The very
Yeah.
last one.
The last one was with the room makeover,
Oh,
right?
that's the second to last.
Oh, second to last. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job.
Thank
You know, like Menti was saying, this is more than a five class, man. This is beyond it. Yeah, it looks so good.
you.
So
Yeah,
good job.
I do my thing, man. I thank you very much. I
Yeah.
try. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tanisha. You're beautiful.
Yes. Definitely. So, friends, I will have to go.
It was nice seeing you all, and thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for having me as usual.
As usual, right, right, right. So, guys, see you all again before the week over on another live. Take care of yourselves, all right? All right. So, take good care, my friends. See you again pretty soon.